Let's think a little bit about the other 80 odd branches that are available in the IITs for specialization, even at the bachelor stage. There are these branches, including my own, which I studied aerospace engineering. There is ceramic engineering, textile engineering, mining and metallurgy, and also the new branches, artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, cryptography, blockchain, and the other things. Now, at the undergraduate level, why are the core branches still called the core branches? Because it's easy for somebody to get a very good foundational base in engineering and then move on to the further specialization. If you take something like computer science right at your undergrad stage, there is no way you can move into a field like mechanical engineering. While the movement from mechanical engineering to a specialization like computer science is still possible. That's the big difference. The second thing that you need to consider before applying to a college for a very specialized, or let's say new age branch, is whether the college has enough facilities to provide you excellent education in that field. For example, if you consider aerospace engineering, make sure that the campus has wind tunnels, has mock-up aircrafts, has enough facilities to provide you with the basic grounding of aerospace engineering. There is no point in engineering in knowing just the theory. But beyond labs and demonstrations that are possible, the greatest asset for any engineering institution are the faculty members. Now, when we started Trinity College of Engineering, our chairman, Dr. Thomas Alexander, shared the vision that we should run an engineering college like a medical college. What does this mean? Both are professional degrees, which means you can work unsupervised at the end of 4 years or 5 years once you get the degree. But to run an engineering college like a medical college, we know that a very good medical college has practicing doctors who are training the next generation. They are doing diagnosis, they are doing surgery, they are meeting real patients, they are reading the latest research, they are immediately using the latest technology to help patients get better, to treat diseases. Similarly, when you pick an engineering college, make sure that the faculty members are people who are practicing engineers first, and then they are professors who are training the next generation, which means look for colleges which has active government and private projects going on, which have very good alignment with the industry, which have cutting edge research going on, or the faculty are consultants for the government and the private industries. So effectively, you will behave like an apprentice who learns real engineering that is going on. Another thing to be kept in mind is that in the real world, no engineer works alone. All the branches collaborate with each other in any engineering project. So it's only in colleges that there are skirmishes between this branch is better than that branch and this branch versus that branch and so on. In any good engineering project that you get into, a mechanical engineering graduate will work with a civil engineering graduate, or electrical engineer will work with a chemical engineer, and so on. So please be aware that once in the real world, especially in our world where everything is being permeated by electronics and IoT and so on, all the branches will eventually work together. So look for a foundational degree that will give you basic engineering skills, which are to analyze a problem, to break it down into its subparts and start solving it and innovating it. This brings us to the next most important step. Our country, India, currently has people in higher education only less than 30%. And if you consider engineering alone, you will understand how privileged you are, even in India, to get an engineering education. Though people may say there are lakhs and lakhs of engineers coming out, considering the population of this country, that is still a minuscule privileged population. So as an engineer, you have the responsibility not just to get a job, but try providing jobs to maximum people. Try improving the society. And for that, one of the routes is to think about starting up right from the college stage itself.